Right, I was hoping to dig this little bit here yesterday, but it was frozen. But I think it only got down to 7 Celsius last night, so it's now diggable. So I'm basically wanting to get it flat over there where it all got messed around by the hugelkultur mound. And then round about here there's some grass growing. I think that's just normal grass rather than couch grass. So I'll turn this bit over because the couch grass here tends to be more over that side. Yeah, last year I had a rather pure compost heap here because it was just wood chips and grass cuttings in, and just those two in it. So this grass might have come from that compost heap rather than coming from the path. So that shouldn't take too long. But rather than dig that, I thought I'd do what I'd cover what I'm going to do next, just in case we run out of time or batteries or whatever. So after that, I'm going to be sowing cover crops. Now, okay, this is the wrong time of year, middle of winter, for doing cover crops. But I've already got wood chips down as mulch everywhere. So if these cover crops are a failure, then it doesn't really matter too much. And also, I just need to get rid of some of them because I've had them for a lot of them for almost 2 years now. So they either work or they don't, and maybe it'll feed the wildlife. So I'll show you what I've got. I found this one a few days ago when I was tidying up. So that's mainly some more field beans, the brown ones, and then some black-eyed beans. I'm not expecting the black-eyed beans to grow at all. I soaked these for about 6 to 8 hours yesterday because at the time when I put them in the water, I didn't realise that this would still be frozen. So I soaked them for 6 to 8 hours yesterday, then drained most of the water off. And so nearly all the field beans that I had over there, they've either haven't come up yet, or if they have come up, some lot got beheaded by presumably slugs or snails, and then others I think have succumbed to the frost or been eaten by other creatures, with pigeons probably being the main suspect. So I also soaked my rye and vetch yesterday, so that's ready to get sown as well. So a lot of these cover crops, they cost, because they're in quite a bit of a big bag, they're about 10 quid each or so, around about that. So it's 10 quid for this, 10 quid for that, 10 quid for the other. So I'm not really suggesting people go out and buy cover crops. It's just that I've got them and I want to use them up. So that's actually my second lot of crimson clover. And in addition to put it on the beds, I'm also going to try the paths and also these grass paths as well. So it shouldn't really matter too much them going in the grass paths, because in theory, which is always a good qualifier, the grass should never actually get that long enough for that clover to actually flower. Also got some radish, Munchner beer, which presumably stands for Munich beer. I don't particularly like radish. And when I've grown it as a cover crop before, I always think it looks a bit untidy. But maybe I'll actually eat some this time. And then, so some flaxseed there, and I might do that linum as well, just to use it up, because I can't see myself doing that in the back garden. So I didn't actually buy this flax. I just saw someone throw it away a year or two back, and I thought, oh, I'll have that and I'll try it as a cover crop. Right, these blue poppy seeds, I got these in the local ethnic shop a couple of years ago. I thought, oh, I could try those. But first of all, they're sun dried. So that could mean like they're basically lifeless to start off with. And then after I bought them and I Googled how to propagate them, you needed certain conditions to get them to germinate, certain conditions for them to grow, and certain conditions for them to bloom, and which wasn't taking place part in the first year anyway. So I never really bothered with those. I've got 2 old bags of coriander seeds, which are probably too dry to do anything, but we'll chuck them in to see what happens. I've got buckwheat here, which is actually a summer cover crop, but it's going to be above freezing here for at least the next week. So we'll see how they do. Because the thing is, I'm double digging this plot in the middle of summer, and after that, I don't think I'll be doing any more cover crops because after I double dig it and get rid of any more couch grass and bindweed here, I'm going to try and then move on to no dig. So if I'm doing no dig, I don't really want cover crops. So I might as well just chuck this buckwheat on it. If it grows, it grows. It could be that it stays dormant for a couple of months and then grows. So you see how pretentious I am, rather than just using any English name, such as brassicas or alliums or whatever. I write down the Latin name. That's rhubarb's apparently in the same family as buckwheat, but I won't be sowing that today. And then I've got an old bag of spinach here. You see it's so old that the rest of the packet is worn away. So I'll just chuck that on and see what happens. Is that the difference? No, that was the paper. But you can see my first bag of crimson clover, it came out of the packet. So a lot of it's in the bottom of this bag here. So I'll be doing, so once I've finished digging this bit, I'll then be doing the cover crops. I won't be raking them in because I think I lent my rake to a neighbour a few months ago and they never returned it. But I'm not sure about that because I think when I lent it to them, the idea that it wasn't coming back never entered my head. So it barely registered in my brain that I'd actually lent it. So I've got a lawn rake to try and work some of these seeds in. And then the final thing, which won't be happening today, but either tomorrow or Friday or Saturday, is I want to fork over the pathways to aerate them and also do it with what remains of these grass paths after I've been stomping over them for the last couple of months. And then hopefully after that I can just leave the allotment alone for a couple of months and let everything recover without human interference. Okay, so I'll get on with the digging now. Yeah, until a year ago, I had access to my own supply of wood chips, but they put up a barbed wire fence, so I couldn't access them anymore.